Hello and welcome to our class Computer Programming 2. Now we're on third and fourth week of your preliminaries, and we'll be discussing classes, methods and definition, information hiding and encapsulation, and finally objects and references. The void keyword denotes that the method is not used to return a value. Parameter is the list of variables in a method declaration, while argument is the actual value that is passed when the method is invoked. The data type of the return value must match the declared return type. For instance, you cannot return an integer value from a method declared to return a Boolean. Instance variables are variables declared outside the method, constructor, or any block. A method is a collection of statements that are grouped together to perform an operation. The this keyword represents the object's name receiving the method call within a method definition. Local variables are variables declared within a method definition. These variables are only visible to these methods in which they are declared. They are not accessible from the rest of the class. Information hiding is the mechanism for restricting access to some of the object's components. Advantages of information hiding. Bernstein, 2015, makes components easier to understand and use, simplifies modification and repair, facilitates reuse. If an instance variable is public, there are no restriction on where you can use its name. If an instance variable is private, its name cannot be used to access it outside of the class definition. If the method is public, you can invoke it anywhere without restriction. If a method definition is private, the method cannot be invoked within the definitions of methods in its class. The accessor is a public method that returns data from a private instance variable. The mutator is a public method that changes the data stored in one or more private instance variables. Encapsulation. It is the process of combining data and actions into a single item. It groups instance variables and methods into a class. It hides implementation details. The UML class diagram describes the structure of a class by displaying the class name, first row, variables, second row, and methods, third row. A variable of a class type contains the memory address of the object named by the variable. The object itself is not stored in the variable, but rather in some location in memory. The address of the object's memory location is called a reference to the object. Class types are reference types, whose variables hold references, or memory addresses. Instead of using equals for comparison, use the equals method. This is a Java code that declares two integer variables k and j, assigns them values, and prints them to the console. The code works as follows. The first line declares an integer variable k and assigns it the value 14. The second line declares another integer variable j and assigns it the same value as k, which is 14. The third line changes the value of k to 31, but does not affect the value of j, which remains 14. The fourth line prints a message to the console that shows the values of k and j, separated by a plus sign plus and a space. The output is 31 and 14, in revealing the question what is the output. The output of the program is 31 and 14.